Alright, boom, guys, welcome to another episode of Halftime Team Talks. And once again, like the last time, I'm just going to follow up on the conversations that we were having in the last video. And I think the last thing I said to you guys is that I talk about like a lot more about my relationship with girls. And yeah, this week I've actually been spending time with a very special person. So I felt like, yeah, I think it's the right time to talk about it. So yeah, let's get into it. I think a couple months ago, I had like a begrudging feeling that I think a lot of the girls that I used to date didn't really know like just like my true feelings towards them, because I don't feel like I ever worded it out correctly to them, or like give them like an insight on how I was thinking about them at the time. And I think a lot of the times, when I was in those relationships, like all those girls would word to me like how they were feeling in the relationship, and wrote letters, like things like that. Not so much like verbal communication. It was more like the like the physical or like written communication. Sorry, yeah. So like I think I also owe that to start expressing myself more in that sense. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. If we go back to the beginning, I probably had my first crush when I was like 5, and I don't know how it is for some people, but with me it's like once I got that feeling, that first person, yeah, I kind of just felt like I couldn't go back from there. Like the first person that you ever like have feelings towards, like kind of almost determines like the kind of partner that you're looking for. And I remember like yeah, just me being in, I think I was in nursery school, man, so crazy times. Yeah, that would have been my first like yeah, just my first ulterior like sort of crush type of thing. And then yeah, having met this girl, like I just knew the type of girl that I wanted to date. And yeah, when I got into primary school, I think a lot of the friends that I had can attest to this. Like I'm not like the most like forthcoming guy in terms of like I want the girl, but I'll always get my friend the girl, you know, like I'll know like what to do to make sure like if he has an interest in a girl, like I can help him, yeah yeah, I can just help them like speak to them, or like, you know, just be confident, you know. Yeah, so that was pretty much like my primary school. Like I wasn't always a guy like going for the girl. Of course I went to a co-ed school, so it was different to high school. And if I have to put it like in that sense, like it was like two different roles. Like in co-ed school, obviously like you've seen girls every day, so it's like yeah, they kind of do influence like the way that you behave on a daily, because obviously if it's just guys, like there's no one there to actually to talk to in that for like flirtatious way, you know. So yeah, um, once I got to high school, it was a thing where it's like I was there to really focus on more like my education, and then yeah, I think like grade eight time, I wasn't really like in the fields with anyone, but I remember like once we got to grade nine and we started going to like socials and parties and things like that. Yeah, like our circle of friends obviously grew bigger with like the sister schools that we had, and then yeah, I started like developing feelings towards. I'm sure anyone who watches this video will know who I'm talking about, but yeah, um, and that lasted like a good couple years up until I left school, and then yeah, I actually remember like the time period when I was interested in this girl. Like I was actually chatting to another girl. Um, I won't say any names, but like yeah, it's so funny. Like the girl that I wanted led me to the girl that I like spent like the most time with, and then yeah, yeah, that was like throughout high school. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, yeah. Throughout high school, and then once I left high school, um, yeah, it was a thing where it was like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna have to study. What are we gonna study? Um, and then obviously I went to the NAC, which is like aeronautics company, where it's like yeah, I went there like to get a job, you know. So but the amount of females that are actually in that industry and that space weren't that many. So also like I also feel like that kind of influenced my decision to leave, bro. Cause yo, going to a workshop every day, like nah, gee, that wasn't me. No. And then yeah, and then I got to university, open window, and then obviously I also met like a couple um, older girls in the first year I was there, because like one of my friends was already in the university, so it was like okay, cool. He's got like this friend group already established, so it was like easy for me to like interact. And then like once I got into my role and phase of being there, like then obviously then I started to have my own group of friends who were girls. Um, yeah, and those were also interesting times, man. Like, I think a lot of my time in university, I was also trying to figure out like the type of woman that I wanted, because I chilled with like a lot of girls with like a lot of different different personalities. And yeah, that actually that led me to, if I want to, if I put it this way, there's there's um there's girls like you can chill with, but then there's always like a girl like you want to spend more time with as a guy. That's how it always is. So for me, I was already thinking like that from young, man. Like, who do I want to spend my time with, like in the long term? And that's why I don't think I always like jump into a relationship, Like it's not my thing. I'll literally wait till I know like I cool. Um, this is the person I want to be with. Um, yeah. So yeah, that was university, and then obviously when I moved to Cape Town, also like a different sort of mindset, because I think a lot of the relationships I had in Joburg offered like more stability. But once I moved to Cape Town, it was like a thing where it's like, yeah, um, the circle is much wider and much bigger. Like in terms of the girls that you can date, like you can date like someone local or someone from overseas. Um, Different sort of age groups, different sort of backgrounds. Uh, yeah, so a lot of not I didn't hoe around. I don't think I've had a hoe phase, but I probably, yeah. Let me not deny. Actually, yeah. I think we all had a hoe phase, but yeah. Um, uh, yeah, I think with the relationships that I had in Cape Town, it was like a thing where, um, like I say, I think I had to like learn to word myself more, because more more or less all of the time I was in those relationships. Like towards the end, we would like speak about um, our feelings and what we can yeah, basically like grow on, or like develop, um, yeah, maybe like things you can work on as a person as well. um, and yeah, I think that's mainly what I got from most of those relationships, like things I can definitely work on, which is like wording myself, like expressing myself more, and working on my mentality as well. um, that Yeah, that actually like really pushed me to start working out and getting into like more healthy patterns. um, yeah, man. So um, I'm trying to think what I would say. If I had a son, I would definitely tell them um, the same thing. Like it's probably best like always to take your time and not to rush, and actually think about like what you want. You know, like it's all good and well like if you want to sleep with a girl, but you just have to yeah, you just have to imagine like what's that doing to you in the long term. And and if it doesn't work out, like it's not the end of the world. Like you can always um yeah, you can always meet someone else, but it's yeah, it's just important like to respect that person that you were with, or you are with, you know. So yeah, that's basically as plain and simple as I can put it. I don't want to get into like names and stuff, because then it's like way too personalized. But yeah, I think as as a fellowship, as men, like I think for sure we definitely need to work on wording and expressing ourselves more. Like I know a lot of the times, because I'm also uh, a person who runs off intuition. So a lot of the times I'll rely on that intuition and wait till I know for sure like this is the person I want to be with. But when you don't verbalize that, then it becomes difficult for like the person that you're with to know exactly what you're going through. Um, yeah, so definitely gonna be working on that. and and yeah, just show more love and peace, people, because yeah, the world needs a lot more of that. I don't think uh, yeah, I don't think putting each other down is the way forward. Like work on the things that you need to work on. If it has to be like trust or communication, or yeah, just anything that you feel like you need to put to the fore, do that, because it will help you in the long term. Um, and I'm only starting to see the base of those fruits now. So yeah, halftime team talks. I don't know. On the next episode, I think I wanna get into like physical appearance, but also like that's it's not a big thing. I'll probably just also go into like the battles I've had with that, because it's actually a common thing with guys. Like we morph ourselves off what we see a lot of the times. Um, and I don't think I've always wanted to be like the most buff guy, but I also don't want to not have a figure, you know. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next episode.